Conservation of terrestrial and aquatic ecosystems, biodiversity, ecology, hydrology linkages, ecological modeling, wetlands, soil and water pollution, bioremediation, municipal solid waste management. Now we request Professor T.V. Ranchan to present his talk on the topic Exploration of Environmentally Sound Energy Alternatives. You have 25 minutes for presentation, including 5 minutes for queries.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon to everyone. Am I audible to everyone?
Come on,
Yes,
Dr. Ramchandra, please go ahead.
Yes. Yes, sir. You are audible, sir. Okay. Let me. It was nice listening to the experts in the morning. And just now I heard Dr. Chandra's presentation also. There is an overlap between what he presented and what I am going to present. The only thing is I work with the nature. So Professor Chandler had worked mostly with the buildings and the human-centered activities. So with this, let me show you the area where I work. I work in Western Ghats. So this is the region from Kerala to Gujarat, and this is the kind of environment I work. And I learn many things from the nature. So these are my introductory remarks. I get into the technology aspect too. So and when I look at the nature, whatever I learn from the nature, I bring it to my lab. My students convert it to technology. That is what we do, and that's why we have been successful in giving the appropriate technology to the society. And to give an idea about how I learn from the nature, when I look at this, the food chain in the nature, you see that the food is being generated and it's being consumed. When we look at this carefully, we can understand the laws of thermodynamics. The energy and material transfer happens, and law of optimization also happens. And whatever is left in the system, it is being converted into the elemental form by this fungi and bacteria. So that is even bioremediation we can understand. And these are my areas of research. My research group works on the various aspects. We have a interdisciplinary group. We work on energy, land, water, hydrology, ecology related to the Western Ghats and Himalayas also. Now, today's talk, I will be talking about how to find out what is the resource available in the region, how we can take advantage of the remote sensing data, and how the geoinformatics will be useful in assessing the potential in a particular region. And also, at the end, I will try to see how to integrate the energy plan developed for various parts of the country. Now, when we look at the energy situation, the country or in the globe, we see that we are still dependent on the fossil fuels to an extent of 65% globally. And if you look at the Indian renewable, the coal-based, the fossil fuel-based, this one is about 60%. And renewable energy is slowly picking up, and you see the major share comes from the wind and solar. So now these are the resources and the generating station. That is what the earlier it has been installed in the country. And now earlier our approach was the go on supply expansion. Let us try to understand the anomalies associated with that kind of the planning. See, when you look at the energy, I have seen many people talking about we need to increase the per capita consumption. We have to increase the GDP in the country. See, that is a very the erroneous thinking. And if you want to understand this further, let us look at the GDP, the per the the energy per GDP versus the per capita GDP. When you look at that, energy per GDP for producing a product, one unit of the GDP, we are at least 14 times higher than Switzerland, or 12 times higher than the Japan, or 8 times higher than the US. That means our the every production process there is an inefficiency associated with that. So that is where we need to going for the energy efficiency, then increasing the energy consumption per person or the that kind of metric is the erroneously being used the planning process also even in the NITI Aayog document also sometimes people talk about that. So now let us look at the region from where I come from, the Karnataka. When you look at the energy scenario in Karnataka, we see that about 59% comes from the resources, biomass-based resources. And we have the commercial sources, which is about 40%. And you will see the share of the relative share of this, the biomass and the commercial sources. And renewable energy is about the 2%. Now, when we look at that, energy is a renewable energy. We are trying to understand what are the limitations and what are the challenges and how it can be addressed. That is some of the things that been addressed in the morning. So we the location specific uncertainty in which speed and forecasting, mapping a high potential area, energy potential availability and variability assessment. And solar also is something similar to the different availability of potential and identification of variable areas, the and rooftop utility, then bioenergy, the available biomass estimation, location of energy transition. Then you have hydro is the other resource. One has to look at the submergence area, catchment area, and that means all these resources are the given by the state, the location specific. So the timing, that is where we require the remote sensing data. These are the pictures of the Earth taken from the satellite platform. These are the high resolution data which certainly help in mapping these resources. That is what we have tried to do it for the Africa and also for the part of India. Now, when you look at the solar energy, one of the variables we use for it, the installation data. Now, when you look at the installation data that is available in the district headquarters, and the other way is one can use the data that is available at NASA pertaining to the solar radiation. That is what we have made use of. That is 1 degree by 1 degree spectral resolution data that has been used and that is available for the last 25 years now. And when you look at the field measure data along with the NASA data, you see that the NASA data, what is available at NREL website or the NASA, is almost matches with the field measurement. Other is the surface measurement, what we do is at the various locations. So that means this NASA data or NREL data is good enough to do the quantification of the solar or the solar potential in the region. So now, when you look at this carefully, you see that during the month of July, there is a high cloud cover. Probably that is a place you will have some constraint of the solar. But otherwise, during the entire year, we have a good potential of solar energy. Now, so now, based on that, we did the analysis for the entire country. Way back in 2009, I published this to the renewable and sustainable energy issue on the hotspots of solar potential, and also the country's program also has taken some of these results for the solar the propagation in the country. Now, based on this, we also looked at the what is the potential in the southern states and which are the hotspots for the solar potential. These are across the season. We have looked at this and we have mapped which are the region one can go in for the solar potential, solar harvesting on priority. And of course, now these are the regions there is a long-term deployment of the solar technology in this region. Now, this is where we started at a very decentralized level. We took a district to begin with, then we went in for the country, the state, and then the country. Now, if you look at the district with the village boundaries, this is the seasonal variability of the resources, and also we map what is the kind of for deploying the technology, you need to have the rooftop or that's what even Dr. Chandel was showing that, and also of course he knows that the wall mounted this. So this is a rural area. We try to keep in mind that there are not enough space available for deploying the technology. That is where we did the mapping of the rooftops available in the region in this rural area. And people on an average they use about 150 to 200 units of electricity every month. So for cater that demand, one needs to have about 200 to the 250 square feet of the rooftop. That is what when we did the mapping, we saw that most of the buildings are about 800 square feet. That means the space is not a constraint and the resource is also available in the region. Now, we also did the calculation of the rooftop area available in the region and then what are the kinds of technologies that can be researched. Besides on the solar hot water, these are the technologies that is being deployed in the even in the district where I work. There is a lot of deployment of this technology. So when I started my career in the 90s, the mid-90s, that is the time when I was talking about solar energy, people were hesitant to adopt the technology. But today, it is kind of the resource availability in the galaxy and the resource availability, people are not hesitant in deploying these resources for the domestic purposes and industrial purposes at the decentralized level. Now, this is the article which I published back in 2009. Now, when you look at the country and the regions, we have a good solar potential in the Deccan Plateau and also the Himalayan Terrace, and also this is the solar power density that means in the region one should use it. And the last 4 or 5 years, I see a lot progress as far as the solar also we looked at this wind power project. So that is exactly what we did with the solar. We did exactly the same thing. We use the wind velocity and wind direction as the data for assessing the wind. Now again, this data is available at the surface measurement as well as the NASA data is available. We have used both the data and we compared the NASA and NREL data with the our ground measurements, and we found that it is well within the 5 or 10%. So that means this the NASA data is good enough to do the solar potential mapping at the decentralized level. So now at the district level, we have done the month-wise the results because NASA data is available for the last 25 years every month, so that we can address the seasonal variability, and also year-to-year variability also we can address. So then this is the need potential for the southern state. So and we map the region where high potentials are there. So then when you look at the renewable energy, solar and wind, you see that during the July, you have the lower the solar radiation, but at the same time, you have higher wind. Now integrating these two on a hybrid model, you can meet the requirement of the energy at the decentralized level. That is what we have shown in our integrated energy plan. Now let's look at another resource, bioenergy. This is again gets the biomass or the bioresidue from the forest, agriculture, and the livestock. The animal residues you get it, quantify how much resources are available. Now, for the forest and agriculture, we use the remote sensing data, which is the land use analysis, which is the above ground biomass estimation, then propagation and residue quantity available, and then what is the kind of the resources available for the season wise for the agriculture, horticulture, along with the forest we quantify and also the biogas. Then we did the assessment of the resources available at the decentralized level, at the village level, or at the district level. So now this is where the remote sensing data has been used for doing this the potential assessment. Now bioenergy, to summarize what I said, these are the sectors we can get the bioenergy or the different agriculture, horticulture, forest, plantation, livestock, and we have used the remote sensing data, and also we have done the ground data collection, and then we have quantified how much resources are available, what is the demand, and we have mapped at the village level what is the kind of the availability to the demand ratio we have quantified. That is what I am going to talk in the next 5 minutes. So now let me take you to the district where we have done this detailed analysis using the remote sensing data. So using the satellite data, which is available from 1970 onwards, every 21 or 30 days interval you get the data. That means you can assess the temporal variability as well as the seasonal variability for the 50 years. We have used the standard protocols to do the land use analysis. We have found out the land use and land cover dynamics. So now, when to do the biomass quantification at the disaggregated level, we divided a district into the grid of 9 kilometer by 9 kilometer. There are three agroclimatic zones. This grid represents the agroclimatic zone. This is the coastal zone. This is the interior hilly region, and this is the plain. And when we take the grid, we lay a transact with the quadrant. In this, we map the tree and the shrub resources that is available. Then this is the standard protocol that is being they used in the ecological experiment. The same thing we have done for the energy also, and also we have monitored the stream which is there in the stream. We have monitored the stream for the 36 months. So now when we take up the biomass, the remote sensing data will tell you where the evergreen forest is there, where the clear forest is there. Then to find out what is the biomass available, we go to the field and we measure the depth of red tree and height of red tree. And from that we can find out how much resources standing biomass is there and how much resources is available year to year or in the form of a dead tree or the fallen branches, etc. This you can see my team doing the experiment. I am also standing here. We go to the field to those locations using the GPS. Okay. Now, when you look at from 1973 to 2010, how the land use is changing. Land use is it gives you an idea about forest, agriculture, and the urban area. Now, you can see that from 1973 to 2010, there is a variation. You can see that what was seen in 1973, when it comes to 2010, it has become yellow in most of the parts. That means that deforestation has happened and degradation of the forest is also happening. Now, when we talk about global warming, we all know that deforestation is one of the factors that contribute to the warming of the earth because of the our emissions related to the when we burn the wood and also we lose the ability to sequester the carbon. These are the consequences of the deforestation. That is what we try to quantify here. Now, when you look at this supposed to be the highest forest cover in the country, with the 80% forest cover. Even in this district, we see the degradation or deforestation happening in the district. Now, when you look at this, the statistics, evergreen forest, which is 67% in 1976, today is about 32%. So that means when we lose the forest, we are also losing the biomass. That means we are also losing the resources. That is what we need to keep in mind. And this is the forest cover in 1973. You can see that by and large the statistic is green. Then 1989, now you because of the remote sensing data, you know that where you are losing the forest and why you are losing the forest. Here we consulted the hydroelectric reservoir, that we lost the forest, and here the human habitation, and here the forest were removed to make the big plantation. That means as a system maker, you want to know why the resources are declining in the region, to know the causal factors of it. Then 99, then 2010, 2030. So now this helps you quantify what is the resource available, and along with that we have the ground measurement. That means for every tree, you know that what is the amount of resources available in the region. That is what is being used to quantify and overlay the boundaries of the villages. Now in each village, what is the resources available is known. And at the same time, we are also looked at the resources from the agriculture and the horticulture, which is directly proportional to the crop food. And we all know the crop to the residue ratio. Using that, we have quantified what is the residue available in the region. And in Karnataka, most of the places the resources is not burnt, it is being used for various other purposes. Even in the small scale industry, the bioresidue is being used. Now, there are some of the industries that have come up in Karnataka where there are attempts to convert this bioresidue into the ethanol, which I am going to talk in the concluding part of my talk. Now, we also did the household survey to find out what is the energy demand. We have done the 2,500 households in Uttar Pradesh, which is the district in Karnataka, not UK, and then 1,500 households in a drier belt. And we found that irrespective of the kind of agroclimatic zone, then 85 89% of the house depend on the biomass, and 70 to 78% still use the traditional stove. The gas might have penetrated to the rural area in Karnataka, but it is hardly being used because still people still use the fuel stove, and there are traditional stoves used in the rural part of Karnataka. This is, I am sure it's the same thing is happening in the other parts of the country also. And by just switching over to the energy efficient stove, we can reduce the energy demand by 27 to 42% in the region. See, when you look at the per capita energy consumption and the fuel consumption, it is 3 to 4 kg per person per day. When you use the energy efficient stove, it comes to about 1.8 to 1.2 kg per person per day. So now we have taken the ratio of the resource availability to the demand because the population addition, the demand of the per day. So when you from that when you take the ratio is more than one, then that is surplus resource available. If the ratio is less than one, that means the scarcity of the resources. This helps the planners because the villagers they should have the augment of the bioresources, and this is where the decentralized level one can do the resource assessment. We have done the assessment. This is 90 and this is the latest one. In the 90, the mid 90s, when we do, in some of the products, the ratio was as high as 9.4. Today, the same product, the ratio has come down to 2. This is directly proportional to the level of degradation that is happening in the national resource, especially in the forest cover in the region. Okay. Now, we also looked at the biogas production, which is based on the livestock population and the residue available. And also we looked at what is the demand in the household sector, the domestic sector. So these are the places where these are the topics where you see the higher potential is available of the biogas. I would say if you are promoting the biogas in the rural areas, you should look at the places in this region where there is a potential is there. But unfortunately, the biogas is being disseminated in the topics where there are no resources available. Then people talk about the failure of the technology. The technology is not a failure, it's the planners or the decision makers, the wrong dissemination program is the reason for the failure of the technology. Now we have taken the ratio of the biogas available to the demand, and which are the villages at the intermediate level, which are the villages have surplus resources to meet the domestic energy requirement. Based on this work, I was asked to work in another district in Karnataka by the DSU did that, and also we did some studies in Himachal Pradesh also. Now this is the bioenergy for the entire country, and biogas we have done the quantification. as we did in Karnataka. These are some of the technology that we have developed. This is the sort of energy efficient now based on the principles of the optimal conduction and conversion and radiation. And also one of my colleagues is working on the biomass gasification also. And we also looked at the hydro energy in the region, and of course I developed the decision support system also to develop it so that at the decentralized level people can assess what is the potential available in the region. And when you look at the returns for the hydro potential assessment also you need the land use and the depth digital elevation model is the slope aspect of it and seasonal variation is you need to monitor and find out what is the variability of the resources from one season to the other season. That is where we use the remote sensing data along with the field data. Now this is the streams that are available in the city. The stream join and finally form the river. These are the four major rivers and two rivers are already there, two are dammed. I'm not saying that the other two also should be dammed. I'm just saying that this is an opportunity for researchers to do the comparative assessment of the dam versus the undammed rivers. What are the advantages associated with the dammed river versus what are the other advantages that is available to the people in the undammed river one can research. We have done that. These publications are available at my website. Okay. So now here we have identified about 40 locations in the river basin. In one of the river basins, in this river basin, which is undammed, there was a need to have the reservoir, which would have suffered about 10,000 hectares. That is where the local people agitated. At that time, I took the step to identify where are the locations. One can have mini, micro, or the small hydro. That is where we know the thing, and we looked at the month-to-month variation. We did the monitoring of the for the 3 years to find out the duration of the flow and the quantum of the water available in the stream. So to have the water harvesting, you need to have the gradient as well as the quantity of water. So then only you can convert the kinetic energy of the water into the electrical energy. That is what we have looked at. So then we have looked at all these resources. Then we try to develop a energy plan for the district or for the state. That if you look at what are the resources available in the form of the heat or for the motor or for the lighting or the moon. We came up with the integrated regional energy plan and it is being used in a many places now. Now this is the decision support system which we developed. This is some time back. I developed it as a part of the Ministry of Science and Technology project. We looked at all the resources available in the region and also all the demand and also we looked at the socio-economic aspects also to find out what is the kind of the development that can happen in the region. We also have a scenario generation wherein one can visualize what is the likely scenario with industrialization or the high intensity environment, etc. Now this is a glimpse of the decision support system what we developed. System is looking at the smart grid, the renewable energy, the integration, that's what my students are looking at. And apart from that, we are also looking at the third generation biofuel. As you know that bioresources, they we have the earlier used the food crop for the biofuel. That is where the food to the energy there was a conflict. Today we are looking at the third generation biofuel, which where we use the algae from the water body. The 70% of the earth is covered with the water. That means we have abundant resources and also it has a higher productivity and a higher photosynthesis. How to optimize that? We are trying to look at it. And these are the organisms which we are looking at. These are all the when you encounter the slippery floor in your home, when you observe it under the microscope, when you collect the sample observe, you see that this kind of the very good the architecture, the organisms this looks like a soap house. This is a microorganism. Okay, the microalgae. Okay, now what we notice is that there is an oil in that. That oil we are trying to extract and convert it into biofuel. Now our study shows that if you put too much of nutrients into the water body, that means into contaminate the water body, it does then the oil accumulation in the organism comes down. So that means the similar thing happens in the human. If you eat more of protein or pulses, your body will not be obese or you will not store more of the lipid. Exactly same thing happens in the organisms also like algae. So that is where we started working on the algae and with the various the species of algae we have looked at how much the oil that is available. There is a variability from species to species and also location to location. That is what we have looked at. And this is one of the things the species we looked at. The Plena species has about 24% and Pyrogyra is about 18%. That's where the species that we that research. And this is the article which is published, the making diet of Similarly, in the river and the
Sorry,
ocean, you
sorry
have
to interrupt, sir. Sir,
sorry,
please conclude your.
I'm almost at the end. Okay.
Yes.
So now
Thank you,
I
sir.
thought I have another 5 minutes. Am I right?
It is 12:55.
Okay. Now,
Okay, sir. No problem, sir.
okay. This is a macroalgae available in the ocean or the estuary. Yeah, my students have worked on the microalgae, collected the samples. Then we also tried to have the biorefinery in the abundant land, and it was quite successful. We looked at what is the biochemical composition of the various species available. Then again we looked at the biological group for the classification and also the fermentation. That's how we succeeded. Now using this the same concept, we have tried to show that how the umbilical residues also can be converted to bioethanol. Only about a month back we did that presentation that the India picked up, and I see there is a hope for the country converting it to the instead of double, but I think we can go for the bioethanol route. So, and I think someone was saying there is a research program on the ethanol route. Okay, now I come to the concluding part. I'll take another 1 or 2 minutes to do that. What we have done in addition, the strength of my group is the youngsters in the group. We need the capacity building. I also organize a symposium completely known as HC Project. 1 to 2 years I've been organizing. The uniqueness is the 1 day, the 3 day event is for the school children and college students. And it's possible pay a few days, and when you pay a few days, you have the experimental laboratory also for yourself, and also plan native samples. When you do that, you will have an opportunity to do the biomass assessment, etc. Now, this is the water body I have created in the campus. Now, this is my lab. My students go and collect the algae from this region. Not only my students are happy with this creation, even we have the water. If water is there, it's not getting enough food. That is where we see the documentation of biodiversity. It is the algae, two plants, and water body from 2008 onwards, and the fish. That means it gives the diverse forum for the diversity of the ecosystem. The diversity ecosystem, one can do the diverse topic research also. Then the other aspect is the water body. We need to the remediation so that the treated spray passing through this can remove the nutrients, and finally you have the algae from the water body. People can use that for the biofuel. This is in a days where we have been monitoring for the last 10 years. Now we have quantified how much biofuel is available from this place. Okay. This is how the students do the monitoring of the biomass. They measure the gas and height of the tree, and they come and do the presentation in our next project in kind of experiment. And similarly, the students in the vicinity of the lake, they take up the catchment mapping and also the water utility assessment. Here they have been trained how to collect the sample. Then go and collect the sample. They come to our lab, do the algae sketches and other this one. That is what we have learned, what my students learn. We take it to the school level also. And when you're welcome to come to IIT campus. When you come to IIT campus, you can see this paper. I was fascinated by this architecture. When I was a student in IIT, I thought that I should have it in the campus. That is what I did. I brought the seeds to the campus. I planted in 7 locations. Out of 7 locations, the survival is only 1 location. That is next to the place where I have been working for the last 20 years now. So that is even the plant know who will take care. Otherwise, why we survive in other places? Instead of building, we created a mini forest, 49 species. 500 saplings were planted way back in the 90s when I was a student. And today, when you look at this region, you see that the water resources, which was 150 feet in 90s, today I have the water of 5 to 10 feet, which will demonstrate that there is a link between the water availability or the water retention in this place, the forest of native species, and the temperature is 2 degrees lower. You don't have to go for the comfort to build it. I can provide the nature which has the comfort, and also it gives the diversity of the animals in the region. And you get a glimpse of my department, which you actually got in the right forest. Okay. Now, we also offer a course for the people working in the sector. This is the 18th session I conducted. And when I look at the study, today we are celebrating the education, the Vivekananda 55% of our population is true, and we have collaboration, emerging solar, and the biopollution. So if we have a this, we can make the country developed country, or the country with a lot of resources. So those who want more research, this is the website they can go in for, either the research page or the Google app. And my webpage is also linked to this. You can see the research paper section, wherein all the publications are archived, all the PDFs are available there. So this is what we have done, and this is the initiate work with this.
Professor T.V. Ramchan, for your words of wisdom. If any of the attendees have any questions, they can put up their questions in the chat box. Now, since we are running short of time, coming to the oral session of today, we are condensing it to the 10 minutes for each speaker. So let's start with the oral session of today. We have amongst us Mr. Joaquin Gilman, PhD candidate in Sustainable Energy Systems Engineering, Hicksville, Texas, United States. Mr. Gilman is involved in processing supervision of air separation process, KPI monitoring, quality verification. He is expertise in manufacturing, operations management, logistics management, and procurement. We welcome Mr. Gilman to present his talk on the topic electrolyte conditions in lithium-ion batteries in presence of a thermal gradient. You have now 10 minutes for your presentation, including the questions round as well. 10 to 12 minutes you can take. Hello, sir. Yes, yes.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
you can continue.
Okay, so I will start. Hello everyone, my name is Nico. I'm a student. I'm a new program